It's Happy Hour again from Uptown New Orleans. Hello, I'm Grant Morris. Happy Hour is part of the family of shows on the podcast network. It's NewOrleans.com. When you walk into a bar in New Orleans and you pull up a bar stool, you never know who's going to be sitting on either side of you. What you do know is no matter what they look like, what they're wearing, whether they just got out of a limousine or just got out of jail, they're going to be happy to talk to you because that's New Orleans and this is Happy Hour, a cocktail-fueled 60 minutes of random conversation with folks who have nothing in common. Other than we're all New Orleanians in a bar today, we're at the fabulous Wayfair on Ferret Street where they put fine dining into a sandwich and fine booze into a glass and have a 3-hour happy hour here every day, Monday to Friday, for 3 hours from 4 to 7, and they have a fabulous brunch on the weekends, and our new theme song is written and being played by Andrew Duhon. Hi, Andrew.
Hey, man.
What do you call this?
This is a cross between a song called Travelin' Man. That rendition is kind of by Roy Bookbinder, and it was also a little bit of a song that I wrote called Crosstown Southern Blues, which is in there a little bit too. And
Very nice. Thank you very much.
Yeah, there you are.
Crosstown Southern Blues.
So in essence, it was a song that I wrote just for you. Just
perfect. It was, and written on the spot.
On the spot, yeah.
Okay.
Just thought of all those.
Who
notes.
owns that? You or Roy Bookbinder?
Neither, actually.
Okay.
That would be. Well, there was a guy named Pink Anderson who recorded the song before Roy did, but he didn't sing. He didn't play it that way. It was a much different way of playing it. So I would say the whole Piedmont blues element of the guitar is probably more Roy than Pink.
What sort of a fucked up copyright situation? Jim McCormick is here, who's also a songwriter and a professional.
Nobody cites Pink Anderson. Pink Anderson. The inspiration for the name of the Floyd, Pink Floyd.
Oh,
Pink
right.
Floyd. Are you serious?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No,
That's right.
Jim, what are you looking at on your phone that's so important?
I'm putting,
I thought you didn't
I'm
even
putting
have anything
a title.
on that phone.
You said this fine dining in a sandwich. I thought fine dining in the front seat is a song I might want to write. So
Fine dining in the
actually,
front seat. Okay, nice. All right. What would that be? A sort of a blowjob type reference?
Whoa. Maybe
that's what. No,
not my culinary world.
Depends on what the backbeat is, you know.
What would you call fine dining in the front seat?
I mean, you know, well, it's kind of referencing Steely Dan, right? It's kind of taking their.
I don't know. Shane McGoey is here as well.
It sounded a little Simon and Garfunkel-esque that song there.
Yeah,
and Emily Roomsnyder, what do you think of fine dining in the front seat?
Oh gosh, I prefer the back seat.
All right.
Okay, all right. What sort of car do you drive, Emily?
I have that Mercedes SUV outside.
Well, no wonder.
That one outside. It's not in here, thank goodness. I'd have to turn around and look. I can't. What color
I have
is
the
it?
Ford Fairlane.
Silver.
That's why I like
silver.
the
Don't worry, it's sleek.
It's sleek. Okay. What goes on in the back seat of your car?
Oh, nothing. It's clean right now.
Really?
It's very clean.
Okay.
Good,
All
clean
right.
fun.
So fine dining in the front seat by Jim McCormick. Look for it.
One day, maybe.
Okay.
You know, I was going to, as Andrew was playing that, I was thinking, is that a real song or did you make that up? Now, what is that?
Half
You
and
know?
half.
It
was. I started with a song that I wrote, and then the rest of eventually it just became this other song. That's the Travelin' Man tune.
Well, so who is this Pink person?
Pink Anderson. I mean, all I know is that he was the namesake of Floyd.
Yeah, he's a Piedmont blues player. He recorded 2 albums on Capitol Records, I want to say.
Jeez,
back
Andrew, I
in
had
the day.
no idea you knew all this kind of stuff. There's
I don't know
a
all
genre
this. I
of music
just-
called Piedmont Blues.
Yeah, so Piedmont was like
Where's
the
Piedmont?
Carolina's version of blues. So you got the Delta blues, right? Piedmont was more about. I want to say it's more about the. So if you use your thumb as kind of like, it's almost like stride piano, where the left hand is going bump, 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 but you could do that with your thumb, and then you could use the rest of your fingers to play a melody like. You know, that thing.
Man, every time I see
that.
Andrew play, I want to take lessons.
You do?
Jim,
true, yeah.
Jim,
Much
there's an
finger
exchange
spinning.
that can happen here.
All right.
We could split the 6-pack. You know, we'll split that. That won't be the part of the deal. And
We're
then,
going
you know,
Dutch on the
you
6-pack.
can help me figure out how to finish these tunes that have been churning in my head for too long. And
This is good.
This
Yes.
might just
I'll
work
show you.
out,
I'll show you
actually.
how to play a Mississippi John Hurt song. And then
Deal.
that's it.
Okay. Is that really a deal? Or are you
Yeah,
just
no,
saying
that
because
really
we're-
is a deal because
Okay.
it'll blow people's minds if I can play a Mississippi John
So
Hurt.
Jim is going to help you finish these songs.
Sounds great.
And all you have to do is show him how to play like that.
All right.
Okay. And when's this going to happen? Because this thing has to get finished at some point.
I'm telling you, it's time. I feel like, you know, it's passing me by.
What, do you guys want to do one now while we're here?
No, we'll do it over
Let's
next.
knock one off.
I'll play you a new song on this show, but we should
right.
let Jim play first.
Okay.
Jim's the guest.
Later,
All right.
later,
Okay.
later.
Well, we'll move that along in a minute. First of all, who will I tell you about first? Do you want to know about who Shane McGoey is? Because I got a great bio.
Well, I'd rather listen to their music. I don't know.
Would you?
Yeah, sure.
Well, you have to work for it first. You have to tell us something about. It says here Shane McGoey is a local writer as well, just like you, Jim.
All right.
/ director. His debut film, People, is world premiering at the USA Film Festival in Dallas next month. Now, if you listen to this at some point in the future, that would be what month would that be?
That would be in April 22nd.
April 2016.
Yes, that would be next month. Yes.
Next one. Well, actually, people listen to these podcasts at all, years, months and years later. So if you've listened to this past 2016 April,
Right.
you've missed. You'd have to go online and look for it. The movie's called People.
Yeah, it's about
It's about what?
it's about people.
It's about people. People are in it.
Yeah, there's the people.
No
in it, yeah.
shit.
Ah, okay.
it's
Well,
an
that's an original idea.
It's an ensemble.
Right. How many people are in it?
Just one.
It's about
That would be
It's
called-
actually person.
That'd be Person.
That's the trick.
Person the movie. That's the twist
Yeah.
they did on it. Right.
that's the sequel. Take it
Oh,
easy over
man.
there. Right?
People sequel.
How many
You guys are too much for me.
How many people are in People, Emily? You're in the film business as well. Do you know what Emily does? Emily does publicity for the New Orleans Film Festival.
Oh.
So she
I
could
do.
get you into the New Orleans Film Festival.
Keep your enemies close.
Shane, yeah. If I would buy her another drink if I was you.
I already
right
have.
now.
I already have.
Speaking
my,
of, I'm running low. So.
Yeah. Why don't you
Yeah.
get Emily another. What are you drinking, Emily?
I'm drinking the cucumber cooler, I believe.
Oh, that's good.
I've
That's
got a
good.
guy. I've got a guy who can take care of
Okay,
It
get.
tastes like,
You know a guy?
like soda.
DJ.
I know. Don't worry about it. You can drink 3 or 4 of those and still drive that SUV home.
Put them
You
on.
might be in the back seat at that point, though.
Perfect.
It says also here that, Emily, that you're responsible for Aranya Takoria's Tequila Week.
I am.
What
I
does
work
that
with I work
mean?
with a lot of food and food clients, restaurant clients, music and film clients. Tequila Week
What else
was
is there exactly?
what else is there?
Food.
Food,
music.
film.
What
There's
else?
nothing else.
That would be it, right? I don't know what else what would you work for otherwise?
All the fun stuff. All
Oh.
the fun stuff.
Look, we're getting a really. Yeah, I mean, who else would you do? Who else has PR?
Everyone has PR.
Do they?
Everyone.
If you have a business, you have to have a PR person now.
Yes. Even if you're a person, you have a PR person.
A person.
Ooh.
What about Person the movie? Does Person the movie have a PR person? Oh, look, you don't have a mic.
I'm using Emily's mic now.
Okay, that was funny.
Person is the sequel. People is
Okay.
the one that was already completed.
Okay, there's a film called People. Okay, Chris is just changing your mic. That was good. What happened is that Shane leaned into talking to a microphone that no longer existed.
Yeah.
Mine was the one that was fucked up the whole time.
Yeah, okay.
It's a little fucked.
I think Chris
A
has
little fucky.
smoked a lot of weed today is what I'm thinking is happening around here. That's usually what goes on.
But I don't think it's today's weed that did it.
No, you're right.
What are you
You're right.
talking
It's
about?
a long road.
It's a cumulative effect.
Yep.
You think that's Chris has been smoking so much weed that it's built up in his system?
All those choices that took him away from Jesus, I think.
Every time you smoke weed,
Oh, yeah.
Jesus-
Jesus is watching.
Jesus watches.
You smoked that weed.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what does he do about it? You back on, Shane? What does Jesus do about that? Can
That's
you?
a great question, you know?
He says it's allowed.
He does.
Because it's allowed. in a
Well,
lot of
Jesus is
places.
still speaking. That's true. The Bible is not our only, we can hear him.
What do you mean the Bible's not? What else does Jesus exist in if not the Bible?
I actually saw a flag
almost-
on an elementary school on Carrollton, and it was the rainbow flag, LGBT flag, and
Yeah.
it just said, God is still speaking. I kind of like that. You know, it's kind of like the message from the theists to say, you know, we can be progressive. You know, it doesn't mean that you don't believe in God to, you know, think, oh wait, yeah, these are people too. You know, I thought that was nice.
That was pretty interesting to see at a high school.
Yeah,
That's a
or an
pretty liberal
elementary school. I
kind-
think,
elementary, even better. Elementary
Yeah.
school.
Yeah,
Are
I was
people
impressed.
LGBTQ in elementary school now?
John.
Well, Jim, you have little
know.
kids.
Yep.
Are your little kids deciding whether they're going to be a different gender in elementary school already?
No, they're deciding to terrorize their father. They're
Right.
deciding to give me gray hair. That's about all they're deciding.
So there's no kids in elementary school who are
Well, I don't know. I
choosing
mean,
a
if-
gender.
if-
So how that must be some teacher put that up there.
yeah, probably.
Okay.
But you say that there's none, but then again, if it's a nature nurture thing, and you admit that some part of it must be nature, then maybe they are. They just don't know it yet.
Which part of its nature exactly?
I would imagine
The God part?
No. I would imagine the parts of, those who claim homosexuality and kind of have to get through this self-loathing element of it. It's clear it's clear that they don't want to be, because society doesn't want them to be.
Who doesn't want to be what?
Gay folks don't want to be gay. You hear about this struggle because society is not completely accepting
Well,
of
gay
such
people don't
things.
want to be gay any more than straight people want to be straight. You don't have a choice about it.
Isn't that the nature part that we're discussing?
Well, I
But
think
during
so.
those 60 seconds, I want to be straight.
You want to be
I'm
straight for
dig-
60
I'm digging
seconds.
it.
How 60 seconds? How often?
Every other 60 seconds.
Every other 60 seconds.
Wow, yeah.
Okay.
But-
so you're still having sex every 2 minutes?
60-second rev-up period's pretty good.
No, that's pretty good.
You can't even smoke
Yeah.
a cigarette in 60 seconds. That's really good.
I quit smoking.
Yeah. Don't even need it.
That's why you have to keep fucking different people, because every 60
That's
seconds
right.
you got to do something with
Do
your
you
hands.
smoke after sex? I don't know. I didn't check.
He fucks
Okay.
like he smokes.
There you go. Okay, so Shane, what is People about?
People is about people driving each other crazy. And yeah, that's basically what it's about. It's a series of vignettes, and it's just about
A series of vignettes. We could
Yeah.
we could do one of those ourselves, right?
like this. Yeah.
I think you
shoot
should call it a series of vignettes.
A
Is
seri-
it perhaps people ... or is it just people?
No, it's just people.
It's people who need people.
They're the luckiest people, right?
Well, it's people who wish. It's really about people who wish they didn't have people in their lives.
People who wish they didn't have people. That's a Barbra Streisand song, isn't it?
Yeah. I thought about using that song in the film, but we couldn't get the
No,
rights.
I'm sure
to
you wouldn't
it.
be able to afford that. That's
Barbara.
Damn musical artists.
Was it Barbra Streisand that sang that dreadful song, People Who Need
course.
People? Oh, God, that's so bad.
I'm
What?
completely lost in this
You don't
conversation.
know that Barbra Streisand song, People Who Need People? They're the luckiest people. It's the one of the probably the who wrote
It's from
that?
a
People
movie. So.
who need people.
I had to turn my phone upside down because it was distracting me so much. So
Oh, was
now
it?
I can focus on
Well,
the
the good
conversation.
news,
Okay,
the
sorry.
good news is that in any thrift store with a ridiculously gone through dollar record section, where the only thing that is left are the records that sold millions of copies that nobody cares about anymore,
Yes.
you will find Barbra Streisand in there without fail. So if you'd like to pick up that vinyl, you can find it at any thrift store.
Wow.
Where the hipsters have just murdered it, and you can't find anything.
Well, that's how unhip they are.
They even
'Cause
got
let
the
me-
John Denver out of there.
She's hip.
Let me just say, she's
She's
hip.
hip.
And I want to tell a story. This is a true story. I had a Barbara period in my college days.
Yep.
Because she's one of the greatest singers of all time.
Sometimes you get stuck by the
Right.
barb, dude.
But anyway, dude, so I'm cranking the Barbara I was living with 6 other guys during college. And I'm cranking Barbra Streisand.
Yeah.
Getting ready for my evening out. And
Yeah, 60 seconds.
And my roommate, who worked for Price Waterhouse at the time, had a very different mindset than a poet, singer, songwriter guy. Came in and on that song announced, and I'll never forget it, "Weak people need people." And turned around on his heels, and I never forgot it. And I can't listen to that song anymore without really laughing.
People Who Need People.
That's tough.
Weak people need
Weak people
he
need
said.
people.
See, this is what I'm tapping into here with this people film.
And let me say this, Shane, because like we've started off down this road. I don't know.
What
I don't
road?
know. I don't know. Well, I mean, as if all this is at the expense of your movie. It's not. We don't know anything about your movie. I know nothing about you. So
Did all this
forgive me.
conversation start because of the movie People?
Yeah.
Yes, and you
Coming
weren't
out
paying
April
attention because
22nd,
you were looking.
2016.
Hey,
Totally,
good
totally.
memory. That's good recall.
Wait till we get to the title of one of my songs because you can tear it up. You'll just tear it
What
up.
about
Look,
what
I turned my
about
phone upside down. I'm ready to pay attention.
fine dining on the front seat? Is that what it was?
Fine dining on the front.
I like fine dining on the windshield better.
I try not to share the titles I haven't written yet with other people, if you don't mind.
Right.
Okay.
We did do that, didn't we?
This is a brainstorm session. We're here. we're here to
We can
make-
finish that song in the course. We've still got plenty of time to write.
Every
that
time
song.
you guys say people, by the way, I make about 3 cents.
So
Yeah.
tell us, Shane. Tell us what People's about, and what's the one sentence, sort of pitch?
The log line?
Log line is the term they use. Okay.
I'd say it's about. Well, I don't really have an official one, or I do. I just don't remember it. But,
But the thing is
stop. There it
already
is.
finished. and-
That's what a publicist is for.
Hello,
a
Emily.
publicist
Thank you.
writes the log line.
Yeah. Okay, Emily, you need to write the log line then. So tell us what it's about, then Emily will put it into some sort of coherent form.
I think it's about people who try to control one another into thinking that how they'd like to be thought of by other people. It's about perception because you don't really exist unless someone else is perceiving you. So they try to control that perception.
Oh, so it's something like if a tree falls in the forest and nobody's there, does it still make a noise?
If there's a camera
So-
there and there's some microphones there, yeah, we get to see how that goes
That's
down.
the sort of thing.
Finally,
So if someone's not looking at me, do I still exist?
you don't exist unless I'm looking at you and perceiving you and telling you what you are and
So
who
that's
you
what
are.
that's what the film's about. Emily, can you do anything with that?
Well, I need some time to strategize.
You needed to finish that
Yeah.
pink drink, I think. But dude,
Sounds like some Nietzsche stuff to me.
it's a little late in the day.
Yes, it's very Sartre, Nietzsche. Yes, a little bit of Ambrose Bierce in there because they're all curmudgeons.
Sounds delicious.
Okay, isn't it a bit late in the day when the film's coming out next week, practically, and you don't know what it's about still? Aren't you supposed to be able to rattle it off by now so you get
It's coming
invited?
out next month. Are you not listening?
Ooh, April 22nd,
It's
2016.
close enough. I'm like, you're supposed to know what it's about.
This is how the new generation of screenwriters do it.
That's what
Grant.
they
Yeah. I mean,
There's a
you,
process here, Grant.
you have your way, and Shane's got his. You know,
Okay, all right.
Lesson learned. My card will be going somewhere after
Yeah,
this.
you got a client
Podcast.
here. Yeah.
Well, I could get into each of the different vignettes, but I don't want to take up all the space tonight.
All right.
Well, you can tell us anything you want about it. Tell us what you liked about it. What did you write it? Did you write the whole thing at once, or did it come to you in bits?
No, I wrote it all at once in 9 days because of a movie we were trying to make before. It was very sentimental and melodramatic. It fell apart, so I just wanted to make something that was more of a dark comedy. And,
Right.
and
Oh, so it's a
something that,
comedy.
Oh yeah.
Wow, now you
No,
sure?
yeah. I'm not. This is not. I'm not taking myself seriously here when I talk about it.
Okay.
It's the whole thing's a joke.
The whole thing's a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pleased to hear that. Hey, look, Emily's given us all
Emily
her
slips her
card.
card onto the
Okay.
table.
Okay.
Oh.
So, Emily, if you're looking for Emily, she's at Bond Public Relations.
Yep.
Very good.
And brand strategy.
And brand strategy.
But don't look at the address because we just moved.
So we meet again. Bond, where did you move to?
Well, we actually just moved out of our office yesterday, and we're in a bit of limbo for the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
Because our office is not yet finished with construction, but we'll be moving onto Magazine Street, right above the American Apparel. You know where
Oh,
the
down
American
there.
Apparel is?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good spot.
It's a great spot.
Very nice. You're close to Slim Goodies Diner, and what else is down there?
Well, you got
There's a
the
lot of
Buffalo
stuff.
Exchange.
The
so-
Bulldog, Aranya, Salou.
Aranya's right there, your clients.
I know,
Now, that's
Salou, too.
actually an excellent restaurant, I have to say.
It's great.
I love that place.
Now,
It's
why
great.
are you picking that location? Let me ask you.
Well, we were a few blocks down already on Magazine. We used to be, or yesterday, we were on the corner of Magazine and 6th where the CC's coffee was and, that area. But we like to be in the middle of uptown, kind of in the center
Great.
of all of that, close to downtown, closer to further uptown.
Because lunch options.
Yeah.
Right? Lunch options.
Smash burger.
Number one reason it gives you lunch options. No.
That's the main thing.
Good answer.
But yeah, we like our corporate culture is, the uptown life is kind of
Got it.
the way we like to
Nice.
live and work. It's
What's your corporate culture, Jim?
As little as possible.
Okay. Do you guys know anything about Jim McCormick's background? Would you like me to read it?
Get a load of
tell
this
us about
shit.
yourself, Jim.
I'm going to read it to you off here. New Orleans singer-songwriter. Jim McCormick is a New Orleans singer-songwriter. Sorry, Graham. Whose songs, according to Offbeat magazine, have sold more records than any New Orleans artist in a generation.
Huh.
How about that? Jim has had 2 #1 songs on the Billboard country charts. Jason Aldean's Take a Little Ride, which spent 3 weeks in the top position. 3 weeks, wow. And Brantley Gilbert's You Don't Know Her Like I Do. McCormick's songs have also been recorded by the likes of Luke Bryan, Tim McGraw, Keith Urban, Randy Travis, Ronnie Millsap, and many others. How about that?
Yep. Ronnie
you like them
Millsap's a
apples?
dark horse, y'all. Ronnie Millsap's real. You ever heard the Freeze? Ronnie
Freeze.
Millsap. If you don't want me to, then tell me it's so easy loving you. It's like what they play at the Cajun weddings all the time.
Oh, really?
Oh, you got to get into
The
that
Freeze.
shit. The
Ronnie
Freeze.
Millsap's
Check it
The
out.
Freeze.
Wait, you wrote those songs?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
He's a superstar. He's a
See?
country and
See?
western
Down
music
with your bad
superstar.
self.
I want not to say anything about your producer, but this is dated.
This is
This is a little
very
old.
dated.
I just want to get to the heart of the matter.
Okay.
And this is going to
Let's-
sound so
let's update
immodest.
it.
Preach it.
But let me just say,
Go ahead.
we got 2 singles out there right now working for us. Harry Connick Jr.'s "I Do Like We Do,"
Right.
which is on adult contemporary chart or whatever.
It's on
it
a
is.
chart.
He played it on American Idol last week.
You keep my card too now.
My mama thinks I finally made it. And Trace Adkins
Trace Atkins is out there as well.
has a
with
song called "Jesus and Jones."
Jesus and Jones. You wrote that.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, so anyway, so I mean,
Okay.
not to,
now, what
not
about
to diminish these things, but let's
Shall we talk about the Harry Connick Jr. song?
Sure.
How did he get that song? What made him want to do that?
Well, I can't answer the latter. but-
Okay, okay. Because I know you're not going to say anything about it, but I'm going to tell you what I think about it.
You know it.
I've heard it.
Okay.
I'm shocked. It's horrible.
Which song?
It's a real great Jim McCormick song. Like, you can hear it, and you can hear when he does it. You can hear like, oh, this would be good if somebody did it well. But this guy can't sing that kind of music to save himself.
Well, you know what? Thank God he is. Because,
Is it selling? I'm all for it if it's making you
well,
money.
it's getting airplay, and so
Okay.
I'll let you know what the BMI quarterlies
All right.
say next.
Well, what is it?
next
What kind of? Is that lounge?
You want to do a
music?
bit of it?
No, it's sure I can. But I do it very differently than he does it. You're not going to
Probably.
Listen to this.
you're not going to be able to criticize
Okay,
my
Chris
version.
says-
I'm just going to tell you.
Hang on. Chris, how do we play this? Hang on, let's listen to this, you guys. Wait 1 sec. Okay.
He doesn't play his own guitar, does he?
You might well put that down. Well, everybody says together forever, and a lot of them mean it too. But no one does I do like we do. They say the fireworks fade and the fireflies once the honeymoon's through. But they don't do I do like we do. Nobody got a you like me, and nobody got this history of the good times, the hard times, the wild times we've been through. Nobody got a me like you, and I ain't much, but this much is true. No one does I do like we do.
Yeah. Now that is
Tasty.
that's nice. Hey,
Thank you.
Hold on to the guitar. We'll make you play another one right through. Yeah. Make him hold on to it. There you go. That was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, now you listen to the Harry Connick version of it, and I don't know. Can we hear
I
it?
didn't know you'd heard it. I didn't know you'd heard it.
I'm
Did you
keeping
know
up.
it was my song?
Yeah.
Crazy,
I
man.
am.
And you didn't even put it in the bio.
Well, I don't know what's wrong with the bio. Don't
I think
worry
I know
about
what the
that.
problem is
Can
with
we-
Harry
okay,
Connick
now,
singing it, though.
Have a listen to this.
What is it?
Can you hear
He
that?
doesn't do country.
Listen to this.
Thank you, Emily. Emily's jiving and grooving to it. Thank you.
This is so inauthentic and non-country.
It's
It's not supposed to be
genre-less.
country. It's not supposed to be
Ah,
country.
well, it sounds like it is.
Yeah, it's like
You just-
he doesn't know what it is. He doesn't
You
know
just
what
sing
it should be.
everything in country?
See, this is
What do you
this
think,
begins
Andrew?
an interesting conversation. You know, we just talked about Barbara Streisand. My question is, did she write the songs that we're talking about? No, she was just a singer, right?
she's a singer.
But nobody makes this distinction. You know, why don't we make this distinction when it comes to art and it comes to, you know, sure, a lot of people listen to music and music is entertainment. It doesn't have to be art for them. It can just be entertaining. But
It has
when
to be authentic.
does it?
Yes.
Well, Elvis was authentic, and he didn't write his own music.
Yes, it
I
has
don't
to
know,
be
was he?
authentically what you're doing has to sound authentically you.
I think it's
doesn't
all right. Well, that's an interesting point. I think what you're talking about is you have an example wherein someone who is an entertainer and an entertainer,
No,
and a
that's
singer,
right, entertainment.
an entertainer and a singer
Entertainment.
comes along a great song and says, I can sing that, and
Right.
you're recognizing some disconnect between his performance and what you believe the art of the song to be. Now, you know, this is the sort of thing that nobody talks about, I feel like, and I have a problem with this. I have a problem that people don't even know who wrote their favorite song.
Yeah.
No, they
You know?
don't. But nobody cares about who wrote anything.
But,
mate.
I mean,
That's
you just-
because old fat white guys write that music.
You're not fat,
many
Jim.
times,
You're not
many
fat.
times, you know.
I'm not talking about
you know, what's the?
What day is it?
She's Out of My Life was written by a. An older white guy on the off the wall record. If you haven't seen that Michael Jackson documentary on Showtime, it's pretty awesome.
Nice,
Right.
yeah.
but anyone can write stuff. It's how you deliver it. It
Okay.
doesn't
No,
matter.
not anyone can write, though.
Well, I mean, not anyone, but someone
Thank you,
else.
Emily.
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah, what the hell,
appreciates the
Grant?
craft. Thank you. You know,
Someone,
I really appreciate
I
what
don't
you
mean.
did,
I don't mean the sense that anybody can write anything.
on,
I mean
Grant.
someone
Come on.
other than the artist can write it.
Come on. Oh,
Wait.
yeah.
No, you mean someone other than the entertainer can write it.
Okay.
yes.
I think that authenticity authenticity is just one card to play in appealing to an audience.
you think so?
Yeah, it's not the only card, and it's certainly not the most important card. The most
do you
important card
think
is the
is-
one that you're best at. I mean, David Bowie just passed away. I'm not sure any of what David Bowie did was authentically him necessarily, but he did it so well that we bought into it.
Did he not write his own music?
He wrote all of it.
Yeah.
Of course he did. But I'm saying he didn't play the authenticity. Space Oddity is obviously not a lived experience by David Bowie.
I completely disagree
Well,
with you.
yeah,
wait,
to be
wait.
writing fiction or nonfiction, I don't think makes it authentic or inauthentic. I think, and this is the tough part, which this idea of authenticity. What the fuck does that mean?
I'll tell you what it means.
yeah,
But I
It
think
means
when
that-
you feel it, when you believe the speaker, that's what it is, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like David
Exactly.
Bowie metaphysically lived that spaceman. That
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, check out the Cod piece. He lived that shit,
Yeah.
Well, when you write your songs, do you just write them and then find an artist afterwards, or are you speaking with an artist beforehand and then putting together a song based on the artist?
Both and different, at different times, each of those are at work.
Like those pieces that we're talking about right now, do those have to do with the artist at all?
No.
Like, will they sing a love song that has nothing to do with their life?
Oh yeah.
Some will, some won't. Some, I think that the days of playing a role are maybe not behind us completely, but they're diminished a little bit. Like, I don't think that most singers want to inhabit a character that they aren't.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Savage.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking from a PR perspective. If you're setting up an interview and someone's asking, "Well, who is the she in that song? Tell us
Right.
more
Right.
about it." And it's like,
Right.
"Oh, it's
I mean, if you go back,
my long lost love."
Ronnie
that
Miller-
They're
doesn't
drawing from
exist."
something. They're drawing from their own experience. So yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think that it used to be a lot more open. Cheating songs, those kinds of songs used to be a lot more easily cut. You could get them cut more easily because artists were more willing to step into the role of somebody in that situation. I think that so often now it's conflated. The singer and the song, that it has to at least fit into a bit of their image or
Yeah.
their life.
Well, that's interesting. So nobody wants a country cheating song anymore.
I don't write them.
You're
Tractors?
cheating
I
hard.
don't write them.
Do you write
Grant,
about
you hate
tractors?
that. You hate
Yeah.
that Harry Connick covered. That's covered.
No,
his
I
song.
was thinking Harry Connick's doing this. It's going to sound interesting.
I like how
You know?
Harry Connick sounds.
Do you think?
And what the women think is all that matters.
Ah,
It
well, there
is. It is. Come on.
I just
Come
think
on.
I think that authenticity means everything. That people want to relate to to an artist singing that, or
Well, it's
performing in
obviously-
any way.
It's so friggin' subjective, even around this table, even with just that one song. So I don't know where it starts and where it begins, but I do think it's interesting that nobody knows who wrote the songs that they love. I
Yeah.
think that's
But isn't
funny.
it the same with movies? You can tell someone, what's your favorite movie?
Well, Brad Pitt didn't write. Give me the Brad Pitt movie that's good.
Fight Club.
Yeah, Brad Pitt didn't write Fight Club. Does that make it less authentically?
No, but he's an actor. I think if you call the people who are entertainers and not
Artists.
necessarily artists
Yeah.
or recording artists.
That's a record company
What a
term.
what
That's
a
a record
strange thing.
company,
Like,
right.
what a near miss on purpose to say recording artist, not musician. They didn't say songwriter. They didn't say-
Misnomer, perhaps.
That's misnomer is well put. It's such a. Maybe I'm just bitter about it or something, but it seems so strange to me that a guy like Jim is.
I think a lot of them would be absolutely willing to let go of that term. I
yeah.
think.
But I think at the same time too, artists that do write their own songs, people definitely know that and care that, like a Taylor
Right.
Swift who
Absolutely.
writes all of her own music.
Absolutely.
People
Yep.
definitely care about her and really appreciate that she writes her own songs.
You can feel her voice. Then again,
Yeah.
Taylor Swift is the person who's co-writing all of her songs with a whole bunch of big shots. And then, the person who doesn't co-write with a big shot, what's that record sound like?
But would you call? But here's the conundrum that you get into when you say, would you call Frank Sinatra any less of an artist because he didn't write any of those songs?
No,
his
I think-
singing is better than the writing.
No, I think
That's
his
great.
entertainment,
Right.
his performance was
The
Frank
art.
Sinatra. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he conducted all those people playing those instruments too.
with Nelson, yes.
Well, and then he wouldn't sing anything that wasn't him either. They would have to be quintessential him.
He inhabited each one of those songs.
Great term.
that he
Yeah.
sang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like a lot of these other artists that we listen to like that. I think that Harry Connick sounds inauthentic when he sings your song. I think he sounds authentic when he sings other stuff.
Well, I'll tell you.
But I thought that sounds like you.
I appreciate that a lot.
But
But
that's my-
I'm sitting there saying, "God bless Harry Connick." Because,
wouldn't take-
because
I
he's
wouldn't
taken that
expect you
song
to
out
knock him.
and well, I mean, he's giving those lyrics an opportunity to be heard by
Right.
millions of people.
I
And
wouldn't
so,
go that far. maybe hundreds of thousands of people still listen.
Well, how
he's
many people?
pretty
He played it
popular
on American
still.
Idol last week. Okay,
He played that song on
the
American
whole
Idol?
song on American Idol. So
Oh,
how many
wow.
people watch that show?
Nobody.
He should have given you a Oh my god!
They don't. I'm sorry to tell you that, but that's all over from
That was
America.
literally the most terrible thing that I've ever heard someone say.
That's the truth.
Come
It
on.
was awesome.
This is the last. This is the last
Was
season
that
of
the
American
was it
Idol.
the finale? Was it the finale last week or something?
I know. I think it's all over. No
He's
one's-
probably laughing all the way to the bank over here.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping it's
Well,
making tons of money for Jim.
But I'm not laughing at
But he's
all.
making
Are you
tons-
going to
yes,
buy me
yeah.
a drink next?
This
that
is
how
this is
No,
how
Shane's
this,
buying all the drinks.
This is how I
Yeah.
make the beer money. Yes,
Savage.
but you know,
Let me get DJ Savage in here.
But Jim, while we're here, what about playing a song?
come on.
I like a whole song right through. What do you think?
A real song or one
Yeah,
I
a
made
real
up?
song.
That's a dig that my dad. I mean, I threw it out. I didn't even get
I
this.
like
I
that.
apologize. That's my dad. You see? I
like
Is
that.
that a real
That's
song or
great.
did you write that?
Yeah, nice.
That is great.
Oh wow!
That could be
it's
the name
still-
of your
it's-
autobiography.
That's
So
why
good.
I try so hard. Still at 48,
That's
I'm
so
still
good.
trying. You know,
To prove it to your dad that you've got some talent.
I would have called you 30.
I tell my wife all the time. I said, "We love our children.
You're full of shit.
we're really doing them a disservice.
Is your dad still here?
They'll never be strivers. We love our children."
Keep my card. Keep my card, you Jim McCormick.
I don't know. What do you want me to play one, huh?
Yes.
And do I write about tractors? This is about
Yeah, I asked
at least
that.
cornfields and pickup trucks. So,
Ooh.
All right.
so I'm gonna play that 3-week number one, and
Okay.
I say it. I wrote it with a
I love this sound.
friend of mine from Texas who's a genuine country guy, and a lot of the imagery is country. But if you substitute cornfields for the levee and the batcher, and you substitute the quick stop for time saver,
You're not going to try and do that on the fly, are you?
And you substitute. No, I'm not.
Okay, good.
Shiner Dixie beer for Shinerbach. You have my life of juvenile delinquency. Right
Ah,
here.
okay.
Yeah, so this. Been going round and round all day, baling some hay and stacking it all up. Can't wait for the sun to go down. Roll into town, shine the old truck up, swing by the quick stop, grab a little shiner box, and then ease on out your way. Your place around 8 o'clock. I'm just ready to ride this Chevy down a little back road. Slide your pretty little cell phone over, get a little closer, turn up the radio. Put your pretty pink toes on the dash, lean the seat back. Girl, I swear ain't nothing any better than that sweet tan little thing with nothing to do. I wanna take a little ride with you. I hope you're wearing those frayed out cutoffs. Make me want to get lost out in the moonlight. Drop the tailgate down on a turn road. Watch the corn grow. Baby, that's a good night. Anyone from the heartland is gonna understand what I'm talking about right now. Ain't no doubt we got a game plan. And I'm just ready to ride this Chevy down a little back road. Slide your pretty little cell phone over, get a little closer, turn up my radio. Put your pretty pink toes on the dash, lean the seat back. Man, I swear there ain't nothing looks better than that sweet tan little thing with nothing to do. I wanna take a little ride with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll skip the solo.
That was it? Okay, Jim. Nice. Sweet tan little thing with nothing to do.
Well, you know, I mean,
Who was that about? Mom? That's bad. Where are your folks? That you're trying so hard to
I
impress.
hope they're alive.
Yeah, where
yeah,
are-
no, they are. Of course, they are. It's terrible.
Oh, geez.
they're on the West Bank.
They're on the West Bank.
On the wank.
They are. They are on the West Bank. Yeah.
Do you live on the West Bank?
I grew up on the West Bank. No, I live on the lake now. From one body of water to another.
There's a lot of lakes. Can
Yeah, the West Bank Lake?
Is there a West Bank lake?
Can you explain, please?
Lake Pontchartrain, the other lake. Yeah, yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
How many lakes were you thinking there might be here?
I'm pretty bad at geography.
Really? Are you from here, Emily?
Wait, I guess I am too.
I'm from
the
Baton-
West Bank is on Lake Pontchartrain?
I'm from Baton Rouge, so.
Okay.
But I'm also just extremely bad at geography.
Are you really? Did you finish high school?
I graduated OSU with honors.
Okay.
So I'm a cum laude graduate.
Really?
It's just
What in?
Geography is
Not geography, obviously.
mass communication with a concentration in public relations.
Okay.
And a minor in business.
So that's how you know what to do. I was just going to. I was wondering.
And you're from
about
Baton
that.
Rouge? You're from
I am.
Baton Rouge.
I
Shane,
am.
where are you from?
I was born here, but I'm from the North Shore. I don't know why I leaned in really dramatically to say that.
Lake of North Shore of what lake?
Lake Pontchartrain?
Oh,
I didn't know.
really?
I didn't know the wank was on the lake. Is the wank on the lake?
At least I didn't live on the lake growing up.
Right on the west bank on the lake with the corn and the hay.
See, what part of the North Shore are you from, Shane?
Covington?
Covington. You grew up in Covington.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And as people,
Took a lot of water.
April 22nd,
Inspire-
2016. People.
is it inspired right there? Is it inspired by anything from Covington?
People is inspired by anything you see around you. This conversation right here, this
People.
is it. This is people happening.
Can we be in person? Can we be in persons?
Are you a Walker Percy
People-
fan?
No,
Are you a
persons? People's or persons might be the sequel, but people is.
Can we
is-
be in it, Emily?
Yes.
Is asking.
It's 6 chapters about people having it out with each other.
And does it interrelate?
Oh yeah, they all.
So
they all,
by
they
the
all-
end of it, you're.
they basically end up in Sardar's hell at the end. They're all together and they can't get out. And
Oh,
it's-
wow.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't want to be in persons.
I don't know. We'll see what it pays.
Yeah.
How much?
You're right about that.
How do you pick these clients who you represent? Do you just have to pick anyone, or can you pick and choose?
They have money.
I put them in a line. And I say yes, yes, no, yes.
Oh, really? So you say no to people?
No. Well, no. I mean,
People can come to you and say, "I want like Shane." You could take a look
it's
at this.
technically not up to me. I mean, I don't own the firm.
I need help.
So
So you have to just take anyone and make them look good, no matter even if you don't like them.
no, well, not necessarily.
Like Shane came to you with, how much would it cost him? I know you
And
love
how much
Shane.
could you do, really? You know?
We'll discuss the
Oh, that's a
financials
good question.
offline.
Okay. Is it expensive or could Shane? Well, he's bought so many drinks for you already, so I think
I gotta give a shout out to DJ Savage over there buying the drinks.
DJ Savage is who's paying for all
DJ
these drinks.
Savage
is he?
on the ones and booze.
Why is he called DJ
Oh, that's
Savage?
good. The
Any
ones and
reason?
booze. Was you?
That was me.
He mans the Instagram account for people.
Okay, so anyway, Emily's got an event coming up at Tipitina's over Jazz Fest called Instruments Are Coming, which I've gone to for like I don't know how many years
You
in
been?
a row.
Yeah, it's great,
I've
isn't
never
it?
paid to get in one time though. I had no idea that it cost $50.
Sneaking in.
$50.
Well, there's a lot of
all
acts playing.
tourists.
There's a lot of acts playing.
I know there's a lot of people playing.
Well, there's a lot of good cause going on.
Yeah.
And $50 is a
Well-
well spent $50.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
know. I didn't know you had to pay to get into that. Even.
Well, and it's an outdoor and an indoor event, so
Right.
the outdoor event begins a few hours earlier at 6:00.
That's the
and-
one Andrew and I go to.
Me too.
Oh, y'all go to that
It's
event
free.
too?
You hang out outside and the
And-
brass bands play. And
Mhm, they have a few school
you run
bands,
into everybody you know.
and they'll have
smoke weed with a bunch of
food and
people.
drink. That too.
Right. That's
And then the indoor event
Backseat
begins
fun.
at 8 with a lot of the live music, and then they'll be honoring Donald Harrison on the Wall of Fame and Preservation Hall on the Walk of Fame this year, which is really exciting too. So it's going to be a good year. We're excited about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's all that exciting, but it's going to be fun, though.
Oh, come on. It is exciting.
How exciting is the Walk of Fame outside Tipitina's?
It's exciting.
Okay, here's what's...
It's dirty,
Tipitina's
but
has
that-
a Walk of Fame? A Wall
Yeah.
of Fame?
Yes,
Like,
they
what are
got
we
these,
talking
like-
about?
They have,
It's on the side of Tipitina's on the ground.
On the sidewalk
They have,
outside.
Yes, on
they
the-
have like water
Us
meters.
West Bankers call it a sidewalk.
Oh,
I'll tell you right now.
we call it the ground
Yeah,
uptown.
It's basically like water meters that are sunk into the sidewalk.
But it's got names
They've
on
got
it.
names on them. So it'll say, for example, Donald Harrison
Junior.
Jr.
I never saw Donald Harrison play at Tipitina's.
Donald Harrison. I don't know why I just
Too many of those pink drinks there.
It's been a long day.
Bartender.
Donald Harrison Jr. is actually the artistic director of the Tipitina's Foundation's internship program.
I like it.
So he's
I think
super
that's
involved.
awesome. I'm just saying, in my day of going out to Tipitina's, I guess it was all radiators all the time.
I went to Tipitina's on Saturday night. This Saturday
Are you
night.
serious?
Yes. And guess
This
guess
weekend?
what? I
What?
wasn't even allowed in
What?
because I didn't have a government issued ID.
What was going on this weekend?
Darcy Malone and the Tangle
Are you
and
serious?
Raw Oyster Cult.
They wouldn't let
They
you
wouldn't
in.
let me in.
That's some House of Blues shit,
Isn't that
man.
right?
I'm just
That's
gonna tell you.
exactly what I thought.
Grant, next time you call me and
I'll call
help
you. You come down and get me in.
Yeah.
This guy told me that if the cops showed up and they did it, this is his
What a
words,
joke.
they did a sweep They did a sweep of people inside. A sweep.
What if they did a rake?
They did a sweep. And I was found not to have a government-issued ID on me.
But that event
he would
wasn't-
be fined $500.
That event
hilarious.
wasn't for government people only, was it?
For government people, no, there was no government people there.
You
As
said-
far as
government-issued ID.
But you have a tattoo on your wrist of like what's some sort of musical notation. What is that?
2/8.
2/8 make a 16th. Or a
Andrew
quarter.
just got hard over there.
No, 2/8 don't make a
2/8 make a quarter?
This isn't like it.
Well, I'm just talking mathematically. Do you know the answer to that?
1/8 plus 1/8 equals.
What?
I think the guy.
Nobody knows the answer to that
No,
question.
1/8 plus 1/8 equals 2/8, which equals 1/4.
Okay,
But
so
that's not how
1/4.
it works with music notes.
So that's a music note on your wrist. Why do you have music notes on your wrist?
Well, I grew up singing,
Right.
and then I learned guitar. I sang with family, friends, and then now I'm in music PR. It's just
Okay.
Can we?
Okay,
important
hand that
to me.
guitar over.
No, please, not do
Make
it.
a Andrew talk
And
into it.
wait, while we
I'm
do this,
really raw.
no,
I'm
go,
really raw.
get it. Come on, Emily.
You got this.
I really.
Come on, you couldn't have a more supportive group than
Haven't
this.
you seen
crowd.
Coyote Ugly? You need to do this.
It just occurs to me that the guy at Tipitina's was flirting with Grant because
Yes, he was
he's
totally
saying
had his-
you were
he
young.
had his
He's
hand-
saying you look so
Yes.
young.
I thought he
And
was.
those
I
of
thought he
you out
was
there
after me.
in listener land, you should know.
Really? There's no reason that I would be kicked out of anything that would be carded. That's for sure. Emily, are you
They
going to
throw-
play something?
I really like haven't even practiced. I'm
So what?
rough.
Jim doesn't practice ever. He just.
Oh, come on, look at him.
No.
Oh, really? He can't even.
No, she was saying, "Look at me." That's all.
That's true.
Well, yeah,
He
look at
started
him.
off the show by saying he couldn't play the guitar and Andrew had to teach him.
Andrew
So,
can play
yeah.
whatever song that you know.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Please don't make
Oh
me.
yeah.
Just the
I'm not going to make you if you don't want
Sunshine,
to.
you are my sunshine. That's true.
I don't even know that song.
You have a beautiful singing voice because you were singing along before to somebody's.
Thank you.
What was that?
I don't know.
I can't remember what that was, but that was good. Hey, listen, Andrew, you want to play something behind me? Look, I've got to tell you. I got some news for you, Shane, by the way, here,
Okay.
coming up. But first of all, I have to read out these little bits of information. Otherwise,
he's got news
nobody's
coming.
paying us. Well, there's hardly anything on this list today, so don't worry about it.
I taught myself guitar from a guitar booklet that had 10 chords in it. That's how I learned how to play.
Well, that's 6 more than I know.
There you go.
Guitar for Dummies, yo.
Do you still know the whole 10 chords? Mm-hmm. Could you play them through in a minute? Like one at a time? A, B, C.
Probably.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Let's do that next. First of all, I'm going to
Filling
tell
up
you about
airtime
the people who have made the show possible today. Thank you so much to Basics Swim and Gym. We can get a full range of fashion swimsuits, workout, and yoga clothes with style. Basics Swim and Gym is on Magazine Street, not very far, actually, from Bond. Public
we go,
Relations
there we
and
go.
Brand Management, is it?
Strategy.
Brand Strategy. Sorry, I wasn't reading it. Bond Public Relations and Brand Strategy is on Magazine Street as well, right upstairs from what? American Apparel. That's another interesting company, American Apparel, actually. It's in all kinds of shit, that company, isn't it? The guy who started American Apparel got kicked out of his own company for sexual harassment and all those ads
It wouldn't
of
surprise
American.
me. Have you seen the girls on
That's
that
exactly
website?
what's the funny part about it.
Child labor, I'm sure, too. I mean,
No, they
don't
make
check
them
my
in Los
facts.
Angeles, those
They're
places.
like little sassy models.
Yeah, it is almost sort of, softcore porn there.
It is.
Anyway, he got kicked out of his own company. Basic Swim and Gym is on Magazine Street near Jefferson Avenue. Thank you to Hangover Destroyer, the only all-natural product medically proven to prevent a hangover. Go to the Hangover Destroyer website. It's hdestroyer.com and write the words happy hour and the coupon code if you're sober enough to do that and get 30% off of Hangover Destroyer so that you too can seize the dawn. Music in the background today by Andrew Duhon, or pronounced Duyon, outside of New Orleans.
Really?
Yes, did you not know that?
No.
Yeah. North up there in, north, southwest, is it? In Lafayette and so on, they pronounce it Duyon.
Do y'all? That's right.
Do yon yon yon, do yon yon.
Okay.
Okay, so Andrew, keep the guitar, hand the guitar over. I'm going to make Emily play her 10 chords, and then I'm going to make you play a song.
A do
as
yawn,
well.
yawn, yawn, a do yawn. That's your ass. I'm gonna sing
Pretty
that
good.
every
Who
time.
wrote that? That was,
Pretty good.
Really?
who wrote that?
Well, who
Duron?
cares? It's who bought it and owns it. That's really what matters, right?
point, Jim.
As
Oh,
Jimmy
who
Davis-
stole it?
Yeah,
Who stole it?
who's getting the check? That's
Yeah,
all
exactly.
that
He's
matters.
making more
Right.
money than everyone here put together. Boys.
Exactly.
I moved your capo
Oh, it's
down.
just fine. You move it where you need it.
Okay, so Emily's going to play 10 chords, and then Andrew's going to play a song, and then
I made
I'm
that-
going to tell you, Shane, how to make
guitar.
a fucking $1 million on your movie. I have
I
it
don't
right
really
here.
know if it's
All right.
10 chords.
Not going to be bought.
Okay. You wait till you see this information I got, Shane. I just got this today. It's incredible.
Okay.
Looks like an A, y'all. I got an A.
Hey.
I think this is that even B?
D.
Well,
That's C.
We can't actually hear that.
D. That's might be an E minor. And that's A. G. Then what else is that? What's this one? How do you call that?
What's this one?
What else am I missing? That's limit 10.
This is how Paul McCartney warms up.
It's nice, actually. Look, she's got
Oh, I
nice
don't know what
form.
B
It looks
is.
good, doesn't it? Nice style. It's got nice fingers.
Yeah, she's holding the guitar.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Yeah.
all right.
Can you do girl
Bring
from
it.
Can you
Bring
do
it.
girl from Ipanema?
Are you serious?
Down, tick down, down. Tick down.
Well, can you tell me what the chords are?
No.
Oh, come
How would I
on.
know?
Come on.
Play it in any key.
We can play.
Girl
Do your own
from
song. What do you like to play?
Ipanema.
Because I saw you on Facebook playing a song.
I just will like mess around. I don't.
But you put it on Facebook, which is pretty brave, I thought. I thought it was good.
Every once in a while I will. I've been really rusty. I just haven't had time to like think about it for a while, so
Do you have a cat?
I don't.
What was on Facebook besides you and the guitar? Was it a dog or a cat, or was it just no pets at all?
I don't have a pet.
No, it wasn't that. I may be confusing it with someone
Whose
else.
Facebook
He's like
page
Howard
was-
Stern. He does his
It's probably-
research.
Page were you looking at?
It's probably that other Emily Reemsteiner that you follow.
Emily Reemsnyder, that's a great name, isn't it? Where does that come from, Reemsnyder?
German, very German.
Are your parents German or way back somewhere?
My dad. Well, I mean Reemsteiner comes from Germany. The
Right.
name
What
Reemsteiner.
does it mean? Anything?
Reems actually means belt, and
Belt.
Snyder means maker of.
So you're a belt
So I
maker.
come from a long line of belt
Family
makers.
of belt makers.
Oh yes.
That would be a good gig to have still, actually.
Tell me what
Everybody
kind of
needs
woman's
belt.
worn a belt in the last.
I'm wearing a belt right now. Are you wearing one, Jim?
It's good and tight.
There you go. Shane?
Yeah.
Andrew?
Yes.
Okay, so everyone's got a belt. That would be a good gig to have, actually, if things don't work out with brand or strategy.
Especially when,
You know.
when the mass surplus of belts are needed for armies.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
Well,
sorry
there
that-
is that.
I'm sorry, my guitar skills are off.
An
today.
army marches on its belt, right? I thought you were a very fine guitar player, Emily. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It was nice. It's 10
That was it?
more chords. And
Sorry.
Oh,
that was fine. Come on. She didn't want to do it all. World famous Steve Wynn is here as well today. Hey.
Of Win
look
and
at that.
Win. Come here,
from,
Steve.
From Win Win. Steve,
where's my
how are you
headphones?
doing? We don't have any spare headphones for you. You just, what are you doing here? Just drinking?
Hi, this is Steve Wynn.
Hey, Steve.
World
Steve
famous.
Win
Steve
of Win
is-
and Win.
How are you?
Of Win Win, and also maker of the famous Emanation brand, In Your Pocket. Keychains.
In your pocket, talking keychains. Thank you,
We love
Grant.
His name's
In Your
Grant
Pocket.
Morris.
Yeah,
Here, Win. Take a card.
yeah,
Thank you very much.
You're
Hey,
welcome.
Steve needs you more
Emily.
than anyone.
Hi.
How you doing, Emily?
Great. Nice to meet
So
you.
have you ever seen
well.
Cajun in your pocket, or Mr. Ochre in your pocket, or
Shane.
Mr. T in your pocket, or these other keychains in your pocket?
Yeah.
Yes, well, that's the world famous Steve Wynn who created them, right?
Wow.
World famous.
That's his nickname, world famous, because he's in fact world famous.
That's amazing.
Hey, world famous, this is Shane McGoey, who's
I just
a
met Shane. Nice to meet you,
filmmaker.
Shane again. How's it going?
Emily and
I met Emily.
Andrew,
Yeah.
you know, Andrew's tuning
Yes,
guitar
we
because
met.
Emily screwed his guitar up for him, apparently somehow.
Hardly.
All right. It may surprise you to know I don't work out, so I can't hold this. I can't hold
too
this
heavy for
microphone
you.
the whole time.
Jim, you don't do any exercise at all, and all this moving around you do from Nashville to
Use
New
your beer-
Orleans.
use your beer hand.
None of that includes walking to a car or a plane or anything.
He doesn't walk with his arms, Grant.
I guess if you
Thank you, Shane.
when you're this successful, somebody picks you up and takes you to the plane and picks you up on the other end. Andrew, what are you going to play? Andrew's working on a new record. How many songs have you got to go?
Shit, Grant, I don't know.
How many songs
A
on the
couple,
record?
man.
A couple to go. Okay, so
12 is the target for the record.
12. Okay. What number is this?
This is like 11.
Okay.
I love you. I love you. Keep it going, Shane.
Can you folks out there hear this?
We can hear that.
I'd like to play a new selection.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Let me. Just, I'm going on record and just say I'm a huge Andrew Duhon fan.
Shit,
And every
thanks,
time I
Gene.
fucking hear him play music, it makes me want to get better and wish that I had written that line and wish that I had a pad so I could write that line down and steal it. But I never ever have a pad.
As long as you show me the pad after, so I, know which lines are working.
Yeah, I have a pen and a piece of paper.
He's a master.
Sign my arm, Andrew,
No,
please.
I mean it. I mean it.
I wish I would have spent my whole life learning guitar. I ruined everything. I wasted my life.
This is nice. It's like beat poetry at the intro. It's really nice.
I can only play 4 chords.
Patti Smith and Andrew Duhon, brought to you by It's New Orleans.
April 22nd, 2016. People. God, I'm promoting you for no reason.
So it begins. Beautiful mind invites me inside. I walk in. Oh, and so it goes. Baby, what's wrong leaving song another dead end road? So if you ever had to ride on, I'd have to let bygones be. Oh, but every time we come home, you still shine your light on me, baby. All I wanna feel is your hand in mine. 'Cause that's how it should be, you and me, on down the line. You know I never could stay in one place too long. Your love, it feels like home.
It's not over yet, Jim.
Giving the amen.
What if I don't get better? What if I'm only good at writing you letters? I know it's weighing heavy on. When it's nowhere on the roadside, still I search these streets for just one line that just might reach from here to California. And if you ever had to ride on, I'd have to let bygones be. Oh, but every time I come home, you still shine your light on me. All I wanna feel, babe, is your hand in mine. 'Cause that's how it should be, you and me, on down the line. Don't you know I never could stay in one place too long? Your love, it feels like home. Oh, and I just keep you waiting. Oh, why do you let me make you wait? And I saw sometimes it gets you to feeling real downhearted about it, baby. All I wanna feel, baby, is your hand in mine. 'Cause that's how it should be, you and me, on down the line. You know I never could stay in one place too long. Your love, it feels like home. Hey, your love feels like home.
Yes. Andrew Duhon, Your Love Feels Like Home, off the forthcoming
Wow.
album.
Wow.
We'll see, dude. I don't know. I don't know.
I've
I
been
gotta-
saying that for
Things are going to hit the
joking a
cutting
little bit.
floor, you know?
I didn't know the show
I
had
like
its
that
own
one.
Llewyn Davis, man. That was really awesome.
Thanks. I've gotten that before. I had to stop carrying my cat around.
You know who it reminds me of most is Willis Allen Ramsey. Do you remember Willis
Allen Ramsey. I remember
have
that
no
name.
idea.
Who was that?
Willis
Who
Allen
is
Ramsey.
that?
He great Texas singer-songwriter. Wrote a song called
Is he a country
Muskrat
artist?
Muskrat Love?
Muskrat Love.
Oh, wow.
That Captain Tennille made a hit and America made a hit, right? So he made some money on that. But your voice and Willis's voice are I've told you this so many times, but like never heard anybody else sound like him. Tommy Malone played with Willis.
Oh, really?
Was his accompanist for many years
Holy shit, that's interesting.
when he was before pre-Subdudes kind of time.
Right.
Can I make a confession?
Come on.
I don't really like country music.
It's all right. I'm gonna change your mind.
That
before,
wasn't
before
country
the hour's
music.
over. We're gonna-
That wasn't country music.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that wasn't. Those aren't eggs. No, honey, you just eat those. Those aren't eggs.
No, I like them.
But you must hear that,
That
a
was
lot,
just- that
right?
was just
That
an
people
open
say I like all
statement.
kinds of music except country.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah,
That's such a common
I'm
thing.
sorry.
I've heard that.
We're
No.
just saying things now, okay?
Your lyrics are wonderful.
Well, thank you very much. They're,
meaning
they're
behind the
country.
lyrics.
They're-
3 chords
they're
and the
country.
truth. That's what you're looking for right there.
I just went to a bachelorette party in Nashville
Okay.
and like couldn't escape it.
What happened?
yeah.
Why-
Well, there was
why?
just so much country.
Yeah, that's new country though. You like
And
that's
then-
different than old country.
And then like every once in a while the band would be like, we're gonna change things up a little bit, and they'd play some Sweet Child of Mine or something, and I'm like, oh yes, finally! Like I don't even care what the song is, but just play something.
Yeah,
else
because that's pretty
besides
bad.
country.
Yeah,
I don't,
it's
I
pretty
don't
tough.
even care. It's like let's just play some random ass rock, and I don't even care what it is.
What does that mean when people say, when you say that? I mean, I've heard this for hundreds of years now. People say, I like all kinds of music, but not country. What is it about country that's so different from everything else that you couldn't like it?
When it's not Hank Williams, it's like, stop doing it.
It's like
Come
something
on.
about the twang in it. I think.
That's what
And
it
like
is.
Oh wow, that was really
That's
nice.
a Baton,
It's like-
that's a Baton Rouge
I know what
girl.
song that was,
giving you- that is a Baton Rouge girl giving
turn the
you,
lights down low.
giving you her fine dining in the backseat version of country music right there, man.
Fine dining in the
I just-
backseat.
You're
It's just too. It's like
you're wrong about the 70s and 80s and 90s stuff though. There's some great country music.
And yeah, I'm not dissing the old stuff.
It's just that it's not necessarily adhering to those things anymore. Well, clearly you don't even like that thing necessarily, but I think I can really get down with the writing and the song and the dated production quality of stuff like oh, now I'm going to forget his goddamn name. Not George Strait. What was that? What was a hero? He used to wear the checkered shirt.
Garth.
Yes, Garth Brooks.
Was that a
Scott
serious
Brooks.
question? The guy who wears the checkered shirt.
Not the plaid shirt. I mean the checkered one. No,
Don't they all wear?
I'm actually
checkered
thinking of
shirts?
the checkered looking album. That's what I was just thinking. You know, he had an alter ego. What was that guy's
Like a heavy metal guy.
No, it was like more like a rocky.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right, Jim? Chris Gaines.
Well, he did
That's-
good
yeah,
memory.
yeah.
He did an
I mean,
album.
Yeah, that guy in the
Yeah.
checkered shirt. The country singer that wears the checkered
you know,
shirt.
he's got the boots and the jeans.
There's been a faux pas or two here and
Kind
there.
of like the picnic tablecloth, you know, the checkered.
I'm for it. I'm for the Chris Gaines. He went for it. I mean, you know, it's weird and it didn't
I
work.
think he
but,
just has
you
so
know.
much money and he was bored and
Maybe,
wanted
yeah.
to do something
I
different because he
guess.
probably likes all kind of music except country.
Probably. Yeah,
himself,
that's
Garth.
probably right.
I like to
Yeah.
say country music is a big tent these
It's
days.
like the Republican Party. That's right. That's the last person I heard say that.
Unlike the Republican Party.
Let's stop and talk about politics, guys.
all
How
right.
does that
But-
sound?
plenty of
but
time.
you know what? I bet you that there are some very contemporary artists. Very contemporary. I bet there are some contemporary artists who you would dig a lot if we just because country music incorporates so many. There's rock and pop and singer songwriter and you know I mean there's just so many styles under that big broad term country music. I
no,
think.
yeah. Well, and there's
You just haven't met the right guy.
But you're not obligated, and I'm not offended, and it's like whatever.
Your voice is amazing. It's that. That's
You
See, I love Emily. She knows how to win me over, even if she hates
She's
country
in
music.
PR.
She knows.
That's how they get you with
Well,
the PR.
I'm not-
They
I'm
knock
not
you down
saying-
and they build you back up.
Well, and I'm not saying that any country singer has a bad voice because they all
Finally.
they all have
Savage.
great voices.
No, Savage.
This guy is unbelievable. How many drinks have you got?
He wanted
I've
to be
never-
here, John.
And all the time we've done the show,
You
I've
should
never
never
seen
have
anyone
two
drink
Irishmen
this.
on your show at once. This is
I've never
He's
seen
Italian,
this many
please.
drinks.
Everyone, please.
Okay, listen, we got to get out of here in a minute, but I have to tell you.
No,
this.
look, I don't need
First
one.
of all,
I'm good.
Listen, Shane, listen up here, because I saw it on Twitter today. Now you have two drinks at once. Okay, you
You should never have two Irishmen at once
Someone
on
will
the
drink
show,
them.
man. I'm just
So anyway, Shane, I saw on Twitter before I came here to the show that said you were going to announce something big on this show. Have you announced it already?
On my Twitter account or
I have
someone else?
no idea who tweeted that.
Oh.
Let me
What's
know
your
if you need a
Twitter
drum
account?
roll.
What's your Twitter account?
No, I don't want people following me. But
At people.
I don't want people following me. Okay.
But I do want people
But
to
it's your first
know.
problem, Emily, for your client. He doesn't.
No, it's
you
not
don't-
about me. It's about people. You see what's going on here?
It's
People
at
who
people,
need
except for
people.
at people is
Okay.
already People magazine.
The announcement is that
Oh, People Magazine might sue. How awesome would that
Well,
be if
it's-
people try to shut
No,
it
you
down?
people /film. It'll be okay. But
No, if your movie comes out, it's called People, and it's vignettes of people, and People magazine get wind
Get
of that.
out of here, man.
That's okay.
But it's not about celebrity
Wouldn't that-
windbags.
How
That's
great
okay.
would that be if people tried to have an injunction against them to shut the thing down?
Any press is good press.
That's what I'm thinking. Emily, can you make that happen? Can you call People magazine and get
I can
them?
make anything happen.
Okay, so listen. This is what I'm wondering, Shane. Do you have any deal that you need to close, like in the next day or two, like right now? That's hanging out there about this movie. Distribution, financing, anything.
Not yet, just that we're world premiering at the Dallas Film Festival
Well, listen.
April 22nd.
Okay,
April 22nd, 2016.
Emily, maybe this is
USA,
for you.
USA Film Festival, sorry.
USA Film Festival. Okay, so I got this email right before I came here, just now, today.
Oh, God.
Literally a few minutes before I got here. It's from a woman called Anita Rosenberg, and she specializes in, I don't even know what she does, but she's like this, some sort of Chinese astrology called Bazi or something like that, okay? So this
Sounds
is what
right.
she said today. This is today, March 30th, is Success Day, okay? So if you listen to this and it's after
Every
March 30th.
day is Success Day. That's crazy.
Listen, she says, this is what she says. Make some money, get out there and make these deals. It's a success day according to Date Selection, and it's capitalized, capital D-S, Selection, so it's a big deal. And they don't come around that often. To pump up the volume of the day, here's a tip. Listen to this. Stand or sit, okay, Jim, paying attention, with your back to the northeast from 5 to 7 p.m. wherever you are in the world and close deals. Use those 2 hours.
Today?
And yes, right now, in this direction to connect with important people.
Oh, wow.
This hour opens up in smooth communication. I suggest wrapping up projects that have been lingering.
Oh my
okay,
gosh.
so it's right. It's that
5:16
time
right now.
So you have to have your back to the northeast. I'm not quite
I
sure.
don't know which way that
Is
is.
this like a network? Like
We
should
can
be
find that
networking?
out. We have that on our phone.
But we
can
should
get
be
a compass.
networking.
Back to the
and stuff?
northeast.
You got to make a call
Jim's
and
the
close
guy.
the deal.
Jim's our guy.
Jim, do you
Jim,
know where the
what's
northeast
what's the
is?
deal?
I'm closing deals momentarily.
We need to go to Wednesday at the Square where all the
This is
professionals
awesome.
are.
Is that where is it on right now?
Yeah, from
But
5
why
to 8
does it
p.m.
say, look, here's a person with a baby? Things picking up. If you have your back to the northeast, doesn't that mean you're facing southwest?
Well said.
So why would she say you have to have your back?
It's not important.
Who in the
where
world
you face.
knows the directions like that?
Well, we've got it on our phone. We can find out.
Can we
Clearly
just-
important is where your back was turned, not
Oh
where you
my
were
back
facing.
to the northeast. Okay, I bought
Grant,
this.
you warned me about this like 30
Shane,
minutes ago.
I bought this specially for you because I thought, here's a guy with an
Pocahontas.
independent movie. He's got to have a deal hanging out there of some distributor or
Paint
someone
with all
you
the
want to
colors
close,
of the
right?
wind. Like,
So, Shane, you don't have anything. I was going to say this is a good time to make a call right now. Jim, yes,
It's a good time
I'm
to
sorry, no.
stand up and turn.
If Shane doesn't have anything to say, I want to say something.
Please.
The Wright brothers are playing tomorrow night, but is anybody going to hear this before tomorrow night?
Oh, we don't know. No one's going to hear it.
No. Yes, huh? It'll be online tonight.
The right WRITE.
If a
That's you.
podcast gets posted,
Tonight. At
does
8
anyone
p.m.
know it's there? The
Someone
tweet
will hear
doesn't
it.
fall.
on Facebook.
Another drink.
Man, this is awesome.
Insane.
Cheese and Pete's.
Where do the Wright brothers
now
play?
we
I
should
don't understand what's going on here
We
now.
should.
This
we
is
should do
insane.
our-
Sorry, it's DJ Savage.
Where do the Wright brothers play?
Thank
Jim?
you.
Wright brothers are playing at the Twilight at City Park Botanical Gardens tomorrow night, March 31st.
And if we want to just steal some Wright Brothers music, it's spelled WRITE. Right?
Yes,
And it's you.
WRITEBROS.
Who else
That's
is in it?
confusing.
Alex?
Alex McMurray, Spencer
McMurray.
Boren, and Paul Sanchez. The inimitable.
Star lineup.
Oh, Sanchez.
A lot of fun.
Paul Sanchez was on Happy Hour last week. Wasn't Alex on
Alex
the week
was the
before?
week before, yeah.
Really?
And you're on this week.
You see, you think it's an accident? We planned this. We
All
are
right.
full of skullduggery.
Yeah.
We are the Wright brothers.
Well, it's awesome
bring it
music.
on.
So, okay, we can find
Thank
it
you,
on
buddy.
Spotify. Can we steal
Yes,
it?
yes,
Steal it
I
right
think
off
so.
there. All
I
right,
think so.
okay,
It's out
that's the
there.
main
Please
thing.
go get it.
Okay, so I'm going to give up trying to help you, Shane. I thought I was really going to do something here.
Look, you know how you can help me.
I thought you can still do it when we get off the show because
If
you
you're-
still have an hour and a half left to make a call.
If
An hour?
anyone
Oh.
is in any way, could you do this for me?
Sure.
if anyone is any way interested in this film, facebook.com/peoplefilm.
Okay.
People film.
People film.
Okay.
Facebook.com/peoplefilm. April 22nd, 2016.
What's the big
Really nice.
what?
Coming to a theater near
Near
you.
you. It's not, though.
But it's not.
Maybe.
Maybe.
If it gets picked up.
Can we see it online?
I got a Blu-ray in the trunk in the back seat.
Facebook.com
That's the way to do it.
/peoplefilm.
Facebook.com/peoplefilm. Okay. And I'm going to give you this piece of paper from Anita Rosenberg. And after we get off here, you need to face southwest or make sure your back's to the northeast at least and call someone.
I think it was.
It's
it was
huge.
It was supposed to be about me. He's
Emily.
meeting his future
do you-
publicist.
That's it. So talk to Emily with your back
This
to the
is
northeast.
business.
Okay.
This is business for all of us.
All right. Very good.
Grant,
Okay.
you run a. Let me just say, man, thank
Yes.
you for having us, and
You're welcome.
you run a gracious and welcoming kind of event here. Every time I'm on it, it's really. I mean, you keep it spicy, but it's always warm and feels good, man.
Yeah, that's very nice to hear, isn't that right, Andrew? Well, we're in a bar and we're giving people free drinks, and I don't know how many drinks you all have had. That's why it's so good this show, because everyone's drunk.
I talk like that after one drink. Don't
that's
not-
what we like about
That
it.
is not true.
If they did every show on MSNBC and Fox News like this, it would be huge too.
We are all just personable individuals.
That's true. Wouldn't it be great if everybody was plastered on Fox News, though?
Well, yeah.
Then we'd be on a whole different
How do you
election.
know they're not plastered? Is the
Well, I
question.
don't, of course.
Well,
I don't know.
Trump. He's good to go.
Well,
Yeah.
he's high. He's high as hell the whole time.
Such-
Now let's talk about politics.
Such manners.
We can talk about politics, but right now we have to go.
I'm joking.
Hey, Chris, do we have any music, or is Andrew playing it? Andrew's playing it. Okay, Andrew, give me some sort of a theme music.
Is that a real song, or did you write that?
Pink one? Pink Rosenberg wrote that from Piedmont Blues.
Pink
Hey, my
Rosenberg.
guests today have been the fabulous Jim McCormick, Shane McGoey, and Emily Rimsnyder. Now, here's some real down-home blues.
Now
played-
that's some original music.
played with a glass from right here at Wayfair. That's Happy Hour for today. The producer of our show is Graham DePonte. Our associate producer and technical director is Chris Kehoe. Christian Unruh is our music director, responsible for all the music on the show, including fabulous Jim McCormick being here today. If you'd like to be on our show, and you can sit around a table and consume an enormous amount of alcohol for free, drop us a line. Our address is on our website, itsneworleans.com, where you can also find out many other happy hours to listen to, as well as some other shows we make here. Out to lunch with Peter Asciuti, live from Commander's Palace. True to the game with the hilarious Chris True. Midnight Menu +1 with Margot Moss and the man who ate New Orleans, Ray Canada. Louisiana Eats with Poppy Tucker. Milo's Music Parlor with Kim Vu, and the new podcast about death that's taking the internet by storm called Death the Podcast with psychologist Dr. Arian Alphant. That is a great show. Check that out. You can also find other great local Louisiana podcasts at itsacadiana.com and it's batonrouge.la. You can keep up with us on Facebook, on Twitter, and other time-sucking social media as well. And all of it we're called It's New Orleans. You can find photos from this show on itsneworleans.com and on our Facebook page. These photos are taken by Allison Moon. If you're listening to this on iTunes or Stitcher or some other podcast app, thank you for subscribing to us. Stop everything right this very second and take a moment to rate and review us. That helps other people find us. Our show is recorded live today at the fabulous Wayfair on Ferret Street, where they put fine dining into a sandwich and fine booze into a glass with a 3-hour happy hour every day and a fabulous brunch on the weekends. Happy Hour is a production of INO Broadcasting for itsneworleans.com. For Andrew Duhon on slide guitar, everybody around the table here at Wayfair, Graham DuPonte, who's drinking, I don't know, what is that red drink over there? World famous Steve Wynn. Everyone back at our office at INO Broadcasting. I'm Grant Morris. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you back here next week on Happy Hour.
Grant.
Yes.
Thanks, buddy.
Nice.
And now, a thought from Geico Motorcycle.
It took 15 minutes to take a spirit animal quiz online
Please be the cheetah. Please be the cheetah.
and learn your animal isn't the cheetah, but the far less appealing blobfish.
Oh, come on.
To add insult to injury, you could have used those 15 blobfish minutes to switch your motorcycle insurance to Geico.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on motorcycle insurance.